Spend the day with us in Portland. Hannah and I are doing a little couples vacation in Portland, Maine this weekend, and day one was truly so amazing, so I was so excited to see what day two was gonna hold. Now, I've been to Maine a couple times now, but I've only ever been to Portland, I think, once, so getting to come on a trip dedicated to exploring this one city was just amazing. Like, I never really realized how beautiful Portland was until we just walked around the city and explored so many different places. But our very first stop of the day was to Tandem, because one of my best friends actually used to live in Portland, and she said this is the one thing we needed to do if we couldn't do anything else. And I fully understand why she said that now after eating here, because everything was freaking amazing. Hannah and I split one of their savory biscuits that had cream cheese and hot pepper jelly, an iced oat milk latte, a piece of quiche, and a sticky bun. I know, we were eating heavy. Okay, but everything was literally perfect, and low-key we are still munching on everything days later. I think I've talked about it before, but one of the things that Hannah and I really love to do when we're on vacation is to send ourselves postcards back of all the things that we did while we were there so we don't forget them. So we also did that over breakfast and then popped over to the post office to get some cute stamps to send our postcards back to ourselves. And then it was time to head over to mini print vending machine number 3 in Portland, and that was at yet another cute little trinket store called the Post Supply. On a little side note for all these mini print vending machines, for every single one that we stopped at, there was one print that I knew that I wanted, and I would say that out loud when I put my money in the machine. I wouldn't get that print, but then Han would use our last 4 quarters and get the print that I wanted every single time. Now thank God we're dating and living together, because if I wasn't able to get my hands on these prints after saying I wanted them and then Han getting them, oh, I'd be pissed, okay? But it's okay because we get to share all of them together, so thank God for that. Wait, also a little backtrack, I don't know if you guys saw that cute ass little cat, but he was just hanging outside one of the coffee shops, and I think he did like belong to one of the owners there, because everyone was holding him and petting him, and he was just so cute. Since I got such a delicious coffee in the morning, it was time to find Hannah matcha, because they are a matcha person through and through. And I saw one of my favorite content creators, Kelsey, go to this matcha place in Portland a couple weeks ago, and it's called Ongi, and honestly it was one of the highlights of our entire trip. And I'm not even a matcha person like that. Like, it was truly that fucking good. Now after we both had our fair share of sweet treats and fun drinks, we did a quick outfit change in the car, because you know my Instagram pics couldn't all be looking the same in the exact same outfit. So if you scroll through my Insta and it feels like I was in Portland for 6 or 7 days, it's because your girl was changing her fit like 3 times per day. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But we popped over to the Portland Headlight to see the scene of the crime, aka Noah Kahan's Cape Elizabeth album cover, and then we headed over to this cute ass brunch spot called the Good Table, and this coffee that I'm sipping on is probably one of the best that I've ever consumed, and that's saying a lot because you guys know that I love my coffee. Now even though today was kind of dark and gloomy and a little bit rainy, I really wanted to go to Crescent Beach State Park once again because of Mr. Khan himself, and shout out to Han for being so willing to hang out at the beach with me in the rain. But after a little hotel room nap, we popped over to Hunt and Alpine for some pre-dinner drinks and oysters, and then we went to this restaurant called Leeward, and it was so freaking cool because we got to sit overlooking the kitchen and watch them cook all of the most delicious meals. 2,000 out of 10 recommend. It was so freaking good. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.